Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Mountain Village, East District 439.
Android 16 knows the exact location of Goku's house. And now that Android 17 has been pointed in the right direction, it won't be long before the mischievous machine parks his van on the ailing hero's doorstep. Well aware of the approaching android threat, Goku's friends race to move him to the safety of Master Roshi's island. Meanwhile, back at Capsule Corporation, Bulma had some puzzling news. She's discovered what appears to be a second time machine abandoned in the countryside.
Through the facts. Trunks, I want you to take a good look at it.
Here, check it out.
Could it be that there's really another time machine out there? And if so, where and when did it come from? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan stumbled upon the discarded shell of a mysterious creature, the likes of which he had never seen before. But where in the world did it come from?
Might be what hatched out of the shell we found in the time capsule.
Right. It grew up and then molted out of its skin, you think?
It's still wet. This thing must be somewhere close.
This vile monstrosity is on the loose, lurking about the countryside. But did it really come from the future? And for what sinister purpose? While Trunks and the others contemplate the answers to these questions, elsewhere, trouble is afoot. It's the androids, and their quest to find Goku is almost complete. Meanwhile, Kami looked on in horror as the tensions built on the earth below. A terrible new evil is about to be unleashed. Is there anyone who can stop it? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Kami finally agreed to unite with Piccolo. No, Kami, don't. It was a difficult decision to say the least, but in his wisdom, and in spite of the great personal cost, Kami chose to do what he felt was best for the Earth. His fusion with Piccolo would be a noble sacrifice, after which Kami would no longer exist, and Piccolo would be changed forever. Their union complete, Piccolo stood reborn. Now that Kami's vast knowledge and power had been added to his own, Piccolo was no longer his former self. He had become a Super Namek.
I'll miss you. Goodbye, Kami. Oh, please be careful. No longer am I Kami or Piccolo. I am the Namek who has long since forgotten his name.
While Mr. Popo bade a final reluctant farewell to his old friend, the new and improved Piccolo made his way down to the Earth, where beneath a seemingly tranquil surface, a sinister evil laid in wait. His newfound Super Namek powers still untested, Piccolo has come face to face with the most diabolical creature ever to walk the Earth. The fate of the planet rests on Piccolo's mighty shoulders. But is the noble Namek warrior prepared for what this hideous monster has in store? The new face of evil has arrived, today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, as Goku recovered from his illness, a dark shadow loomed over the fallen hero. The androids have not forgotten their quest to destroy Earth's mighty champion, and each moment finds them closer to their goal. Meanwhile, in the West City suburb of Gingertown, once busy streets stood desolate as Piccolo was forced to deal with a far more immediate dilemma. A terrible evil is preying upon the city's unsuspecting citizens.
You gotta help me. I beg of you, please, please. You have to help me.
Horrific as it seems, this monstrous life form claims its victims by absorbing their life energy through its deadly spiked tail. Unwilling to allow this creature's spree of terror to continue, Piccolo attacked full force, assaulting the sinister behemoth with a dizzying flurry of kicks and punches. In fact, it seemed Piccolo's newfound Super Namek powers would easily overwhelm the evil monster. But the treacherous beast proved to be far more resilient than it first appeared. As it stood in defiance of the mighty Piccolo, the mysterious invader prepared to unleash a special attack of its own. And it looked like the Kamehameha Wave. Can it really be? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell displayed a most uncanny ability. It's hard to believe, but Cell can use the special attack moves of all the other fighters. Yes, even Goku's mighty Kamehameha Wave is a part of the android's deadly arsenal. A fact Piccolo found out the hard way. With this incredible ability unleashed, it seemed that the injured Namek had no choice but to raise the white flag. But Piccolo had a plan.
I am Cell. I am an android created by the great Dr. Gero.
Counting on Cell's unbridled arrogance, Piccolo persuaded the mysterious android to divulge the story of his origins. It seems Cell has traveled here from 24 years in the future, in search of a very specific energy source.
I now require the energy of Android 17 and 18. Once I have absorbed them, I will be the most powerful being who has ever lived.
But while Cell was busy telling all, Piccolo had enough time to regenerate his injured arm. Back in one piece, Piccolo stands ready to fight the android once again. But will his powers be enough? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo squared off against the diabolical Cell in an effort to prevent the evil android from absorbing any more innocent victims. Cell is Dr. Gero's most fiendish creation, designed by a computer and created from the cells of Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and all the other great martial arts masters. His unquenchable thirst for power makes him the most dangerous foe the Z-Fighters have ever faced. His mission? To seek out and absorb androids 17 and 18 into his being, thereby transforming himself into the most powerful fighter who has ever lived. Piccolo stood firm, the only obstacle between Cell and his ultimate goal. But the cunning creature managed to easily evade the Super Namek's clutches.
Now I have a date with a couple of friends, and it would be rude of me to make them wait. But here's a parting gift before I go. Solar Flare!
Disappearing behind the blinding flash of his solar flare, Cell fled the scene to begin his search for androids 17 and 18. Now it's up to Trunks and the others to reacquire the monstrous creature before he can absorb the other androids. If Cell succeeds in accomplishing his goal, all hope for the Earth is lost. Hurry, Z-Fighters! Failure is not an option! Last time on Dragon Ball Z, he's the ultimate evil. He's an android. He's unstoppable. His name is Cell, and he's loose in the city. Any unsuspecting citizens become snacks if they're unfortunate enough to cross his path. No, please, no! Trunks and Krillin descended into the depths of Dr. Gero's ruined lab to destroy the unfinished Cell, and came across something unexpected. The plans to Android 17.
Yes, this could be our lucky break. By studying this, we might be able to find Android 17's weak spot.
The boys blasted what was left of the evil doctor's lab and headed back to decipher Android 17's plans. But Cell has made plans of his own for the other androids, and he is intent on carrying them out. If Cell has his way, he will absorb the other androids and become a complete pure evil entity. And that's when the trouble will really begin. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell continued his campaign of terror, carving a path of destruction by draining the life force from anyone who got in his way. Krillin found out firsthand Cell's awesome power when he went head-to-head with him and ended up trapped and helpless. Luckily, Piccolo and Tien showed up just in the nick of time to chase the android creature away. The whole experience left Krillin a little drained, but it could have been a lot worse.
Goku? What?
Chi-Chi was surprised to find Goku out of bed, and even more surprised to see that he was back to his old self again. That's right. Goku has made a full recovery, but there's no time to celebrate.
Hey, I'm all right. Just relax now. It's time for me to start my training once again.
There is a level beyond that of a Super Saiyan.
Huh?
What?
Is Goku still running a fever? What is he talking about?
And I will rise to claim it.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, an evil android creature arrived from the future to take over the world, and mankind seems powerless to stop it. Fortunately, Goku is fully recovered from the devastating virus that had a grip on him for so long, and now he's ready to put his plan into action. Goku has to get into fighting shape, and he's taking Vegeta, Trunks, and Gohan to Kami's place, where they can get a year of intense training in one day.
All right, I'll go.
The door is open. All they have to do is step through.
Good luck.
Is Trunks tough enough to survive being locked in a room with Vegeta? If Goku is right, this training will push all of their Saiyan powers to the next level, transforming them into Ascended Saiyans. This plan had better work, because those 3 devious androids are still hot on his trail.
Hi, can Goku come out and play? Where is Goku gone? If you don't tell us where he's hiding, I'll make you tell us.
All right, have it your way. Over there, that island, you and me.
Very well, if you really want to.
Piccolo's definitely got his hands full now, locked into a deadly duel with Android 17. Since uniting with Kami, Piccolo has been pumped up with extra power. But does he have the strength to pull the plug on Android 17? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku was fully recovered and was finally ready for action. Chi-Chi could only stand by helplessly and wonder if she would ever see her precious Goku again. Saving the world is a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Piccolo wasn't wasting any time doing his part. Marvelously strong after being reunited with Kame, the Super Namek found himself at the forefront of the battle against the androids.
Well done. Impressive light show.
Amazingly enough, a much greater threat than the androids was lurking in a city nearby.
Ah, yes, perfect. Piccolo must be fighting Android 17. I can feel his energy signal. Wonderful! This is going to be far less difficult than I had ever imagined.
It seems that Cell is not far from absorbing Android 17 and 18 and completing his evolution. Already a being of horrible strength, can anyone stop Cell from carrying out his deadly mission? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, it was Namek against Machine, as Piccolo spearheaded the battle against the androids. After reuniting with Kami and becoming a Super Namek, the mighty Piccolo was the only one on Earth with enough strength to challenge the androids. As Piccolo fought, Goku waited for Vegeta and Trunks to finish their task in the Pendulum Room so that he could take his turn.
And, son, I know how you feel.
Their mission, to go beyond the level of Super Saiyan and achieve a new and higher level of power. Meanwhile, Bulma wasn't wasting any time. Using her extensive knowledge of electronics, she invented a remote control that could cripple the android circuitry and render them helpless.
That's great. Now we can destroy them.
Back at the battlefield, Piccolo was proving himself to be an equal match for Android 17. But his bid for victory was cut short when a much more formidable adversary arrived. Cell, the android nemesis that was cloned from the cells of the greatest fighters in the galaxy. His purpose, to integrate androids 17 and 18 into his body and become the most powerful creature in the entire universe.
Run, 17 now!
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo was KO'd by Cell after bravely trying to prevent the monster from absorbing androids 17 and 18 into his being. Knowing that his friends would have little hope against Cell if his deadly evolution was completed, Piccolo sacrificed everything he had in a daring bid to stop him. In the face of great adversity, noble men must often do noble deeds. And so it was with the mighty Piccolo, who gave everything he had for the Earth and its people. But back at Kame's lookout, not being able to help Piccolo was more than Gohan could bear.
Piccolo needs me. Let go.
Gohan, listen!
It's not fair.
You've got to listen to me!
Fair.
I know it's not fair, but we only have one chance to beat that monster, and we have to play to win. If we don't, Piccolo's sacrifice will be in vain.
But it hurts, Dad.
I know, son. I know.
It's a dark day indeed for anyone who hopes for a peaceful life on Earth. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell was about to absorb Android 17 into his being when Android 16 lodged a silent complaint. Like a raging bull, the strong silent android charged into battle and attacked Cell with all he had. It was soon evident that Android 16 was every bit as strong as Cell. Leaving nothing to chance, the giant android proceeded to rip off Cell's tail, ensuring that the greedy monster could never absorb another life into his being again. But Cell had other plans, and he would not be deterred from completing his deadly evolution so easily. A little tail regeneration, and he was back in business.
Since some of Piccolo's cells comprise my cellular structure, I too have the ability to regenerate my body.
The epic battle continues today on Dragon Ball Z.
No, I can't die! I'm not ready! I'm not ready!
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, our hero's worst fears were realized when Cell absorbed Android 17 into his being. Fueled by this union, Cell underwent a mighty transformation, moving him one step closer to his final terrifying form.
Ah, yes, this is much nicer. How exhilarating!
The reformed Cell was certainly a sight to behold. But what sort of horrifying new power accompanied this shocking new appearance?
Our new look, much more comely than the last. Merging with 18 should have a similar effect. I can't wait.
Bulging in his new body, Cell was able to quickly overcome the ox-like 16.
Look what you've done. You're a monster.
It seemed no one could stop Cell from absorbing Android 18 and reaching his completion.
My dear android, when will you understand that you belong to me?
Then, in a daredevil move, Tien ambushed Cell with a bold new attack. But how long can he keep it up? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Tien kept the monster Cell at bay with a barrage of high-powered energy attacks. No matter how hard Cell tried, he could not escape the power of Tien's ferocious blasts. But Tien's technique required an incredible amount of energy, and soon the courageous hero could fight no more. Furious at losing sight of the androids, Cell demanded that Tien pay for the interruption with his life. But Goku was not about to lose another friend on the battlefield. Employing his instant transmission technique, he arrived in the nick of time, rescuing his friend and challenging the android villain.
I'd really like to teach you a lesson, but I need one more day before I'm strong enough to go up against you. I'm gonna take you down, Cell! Your days of terrorizing the Earth will be over for good!
And after placing the near-dead Piccolo on his back, Goku was gone with a flash, leaving Cell with a mouthful of dust.
Well, they won't get away from me again. Now I must continue my search.
The hunt is on for the 2 remaining androids, and Cell won't rest until 18 is absorbed. Can Goku complete his training and stop Cell from carrying out his evil plan? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell continued his quest for Android 18. Hoping to flush her out from hiding, the vile android launched a series of blind attacks on the islands below, raining down terror on hundreds of unsuspecting civilians. He's a monster on a mission who won't stop until he gets what he's after. And now he's after Android 18. Because once he absorbs her, Cell will reach his final stage and become a pure entity of evil. And back at Kami's place, Vegeta and Trunks completed their intensive training. Eager to demonstrate his newfound abilities, Vegeta took off to face Cell on his own. Trunks followed close behind, ready at any moment to back up his father.
Oh good, the fireworks have already started.
While Vegeta prepared for his confrontation with Cell, Goku and Gohan crossed the threshold into the hyperbolic time chamber. If they can endure it, they will get a year of training in a single day and become stronger than ever before. But is taking a day away from the pursuit of Cell a wise decision? Find out today! Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell blasted a chain of islands into oblivion, hoping to uncover the hidden androids.
We are safe here.
The beautiful Android 18 and her battered buddy Android 16 soon realized their safe hiding place wasn't so safe anymore. With Cell closing in, they would either have to surrender to the synthetic serpent or they'd be reduced to scrap.
This is the last island. Last chance.
Cell was ready to unleash an earth-shaking energy blast that would expose the androids when suddenly 2 unexpected allies arrived and saved the digital duo from disaster.
Are you ready now to witness a power not seen for thousands of years?
Now that Vegeta has completed his training, he's got something to prove. His burning desire is to destroy Cell and prove once and for all that he is the strongest warrior in the universe. There's no doubt Vegeta is a pumped-up powerhouse, more than ready to put Cell's lights out permanently. Now that the self-centered Saiyan has ascended, is he just a flash in the pan? Or can he really bring the monster Cell to his knees? Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan began his training in the hyperbolic time chamber, a room that defies the normal constraints of time and space. His mission, to achieve the level of Super Saiyan under the watchful guidance of his father.
Use the pain of loss.
Meanwhile, Vegeta began his assault on the evil superpower Cell, who was still 1 android short of completing his evolution. Even without absorbing Android 18, Cell had already gained an enormous amount of strength when he successfully integrated Android 17 into his body. And it seemed that he was now unstoppable.
That one was free. Now I'm going to show you what true power really is.
But has Vegeta actually surpassed him in strength?
Vegeta, you've changed. You've become something else. Yes, I am Super Vegeta.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell tested his might against Vegeta, the Super Saiyan Prince. Composed partly by cells from all of the greatest warriors in the universe, Cell already knew Vegeta's fighting techniques by heart. And suddenly, Vegeta found himself on the other end of a Gallic Gun blast, an attack that he had invented himself long ago. But when the dust settled, it was Vegeta who proved himself to be the stronger one. Having trained for a day in the hyperbolic time chamber, Vegeta had transcended the level of Super Saiyan and achieved a new level of speed and strength that not even Cell was any match for.
Do you understand how fruitless this is? I've been allowing you to deceive yourself, that's all. You never had a chance to win. If by some miracle you managed to get by me, Trunks would have finished you off. Face it, Cell, you took a gamble and you lost.
Could this really be the end of Cell? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z.
No, this isn't happening. I am Cell.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, it looked as though Vegeta had the upper hand on Cell. But don't count Cell out quite yet. Knowing of the Saiyan's thirst for battle, he lured Vegeta into a mind-boggling agreement.
Now go and absorb your android. Hopefully the next time I see you, you won't be in such a pitiful state. It's embarrassing.
But will allowing Cell to power up be Vegeta's fatal mistake? Not if Trunks has anything to say about it. Meanwhile, Krillin held the fate of the other androids in the palm of his hands. Literally. With one flick of the switch, Krillin could shut down Android 18 for good, preventing Cell from reaching his completion. But at the crucial moment of decision, Krillin opted to spare the beautiful android's life.
You shouldn't be here. Look, if Cell finds you, then we're all doomed. Please go.
Has Krillin's fit of compassion sealed the planet's fate? And as if things weren't bad enough, Cell has stumbled upon the alcove where the androids are hiding. The scales of victory are tipping in Cell's favor. Today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell had almost reached his final stage in becoming the ultimate indestructible android. And it looked like Krillin and Android 18 would be no match for his immense power.
You monster.
Android 18 has been absorbed, and now it looks like Cell has consumed the final piece of the puzzle to gain his full potential. Has all hope now vanished for the people of Earth?
It has begun.
Is there any warrior left who is strong enough to challenge the superiority of Cell? Or is the entire universe doomed? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Cell was in the final stages of his evolution to become the ultimate android. It looked like all our heroes could do was stand back and watch in terror as he morphed into the most powerful machine in the universe. With haunting visions of the future plaguing his mind, Trunks tried desperately to stop the transformation. But it was too late. Nothing could stop Cell from changing. And so, with one earth-shaking blast, it finally happened. Cell was complete.
Vegeta, it's your fault.
While the other fighters trembled, Vegeta could only smile at this latest development. After all, he's the one who let it happen.
Anything to worry about.
But seeing the horrible monster who had absorbed Android 18 was too much for Krillin. And against all odds, the heartbroken hero lashed out at Cell with blow after angry blow.
Chew on this! Destructo Disc!
But as much as Krillin wanted Cell to go down, the mighty android proved to be invincible to Krillin's every attempt.
Krillin, get out of there!
And with one dynamic kick, it appears that Cell has added Krillin to the long list of lives he has destroyed. Can anyone stop this heartless villain? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta powered up to face the monstrous Cell, who had finally reached his perfect form. It was a battle neither fighter could resist, as both Vegeta and Cell were anxious to test the extent of their newfound powers. But as the fight progressed, it quickly became clear that Cell was merely toying with the Saiyan, a realization that made Vegeta angrier than ever. But try as he might, Vegeta couldn't even make the android powerhouse flinch. Vegeta's attacks proved ineffective against Cell's awesome power, and our heroes couldn't help but ask themselves an important question. Who would be next? Has Vegeta's thirst for a challenge backfired? By allowing Cell to absorb Android 18, has the Super Saiyan sealed his own fate? Vegeta's pride is on the line. Will his gamble pay off? Find out today. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta summoned all of his strength into one ultimate energy blast and fired it directly at Cell. When the smoke cleared, Vegeta saw that he had indeed hit his mark and disarmed Cell. Literally. But Vegeta's celebration was soon cut short as Cell demonstrated his powers of regeneration. Sprouting a new arm, Cell was ready for battle once again. And Vegeta found himself in a very dangerous situation. Despite all of his new Saiyan powers, Vegeta could not make a dent in Cell's monstrous armor. But he definitely made an impact. With his father knocked unconscious, Trunks was ready at last to unveil his hidden power and take his turn at Cell. But can this young warrior find the strength to save Vegeta and battle Cell all by himself? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Trunks jumped into a one-on-one brawl against Cell. With Vegeta beaten and Goku still in training, it was clear that Trunks was the planet's last hope.
Come on. Hang in there, Trunks. You have to beat Cell. You're the only one who can do it now.
Kicking into second gear, Trunks struggled to keep Cell at bay long enough for Vegeta to be rescued. Now, alone on the battlefield, Trunks is pushing his powers as far as he can.
Get me.
I will. But show me some of that wonderful power of yours first.
Cell, loaded with confidence after pummeling Vegeta, is actually encouraging Trunks to unleash his maximum power. The evil android is anxious for a good fight, and by the looks of it, that's exactly what he's going to get. Get ready. It's time for these two titans to engage in the fight for the future. Today, on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Trunks and Cell push their powers to incredible new levels.
And you'll be the first to see the true power of the Saiyan race.
Trunks beefed up his body and ascended to a level never before seen on planet Earth. As his muscles bulged and raw power pumped through his veins, the sinister android watched silently. Trunks may have become stronger than Vegeta, but he hasn't won yet. The biggest challenge of Trunks' life stands before him, and the Saiyan from the future shows no signs of backing down. After a slew of well-delivered punches, Trunks proved that he was a force not to be ignored. With fierce determination, he hammered Cell into the ground. But still, Cell laughed.
Impressive. I must admit you have exceeded me, Trunks. At least in the area of brute strength. And yet, you have absolutely no chance of defeating me.
Listen to yourself. What kind of logic is that?
Oh, you'll see.
What could he mean? Find out today.
I have proven that I am unstoppable. Neither you or your friends are any threat to me now. However, there is one that I want to test my complete power against. I want you to bring me Goku. This tournament is sure to be a guaranteed hit. Everyone will be watching me. I just can't wait to see that look of panic and fear. That's it. That's the look. Until then.
Who would have imagined such a shocking turn of events? By reviving the World Martial Arts Tournament, Cell plans to humiliate his opponents in front of a live television audience. Talk about adding insult to injury. In only 10 short days, the tournament will begin. The prize for the winner? Control of the world. Our heroes had better train hard, because it's time to put their Super Saiyan abilities to the test. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.